Hey there everybody, as you guys might know, there was a game that released recently. It's called Pragmata, aka Space Stat Simulator, and I personally just finished playing it, had a very good time playing it, and then I decided to check out some reviews, specifically negative reviews, to see what people were complaining about. And then I decided like, why not make a video of it, since I had like the shittiest uploading schedule of all time, and also, I did one of these before, and I did have a lot of fun doing it, so we'll be doing it again today. If you watched the previous one, you know these reviews are rage-baiting reviews sometimes, so get ready to see some of those now. When people like this game, I already lost my faith in humanity. What a boring, generic mid-game. Alright, so this guy lost his faith in humanity because people like the game with a unique gameplay and a decent story. What a boring generic mid-game. Honestly, I don't think it's a mid-game. Story is like, it's nice. Gameplay, sometimes it's obviously repetitive like every other game. Every game is repetitive. There are many things that you can unlock that makes the gameplay loop a lot more fun. And losing your faith in humanity for something like this, honestly, I feel bad for you, bro, because this is not that big of a deal. Literally just another third-person shooter. Don't buy this game unless you want extremely repetitive gunplay and wanna play as a dad. I mean, sure, you play as a dad on Pragmata, but so do you on The Last of Us. You mean to tell me that The Last of Us is a bad game because you play as a dad? Isn't that like the worst statement ever? I mean, don't you play as a dad in The Walking Dead, for example? Are all of those terrible games because you protect a child? I mean, I don't think that's a valid statement, to be honest. And then it says extremely repetitive. It's not extremely repetitive, though it is somewhat repetitive. Yes, it's somewhat repetitive, but then again, the things that you can add on towards the gameplay throughout the game makes the gameplay a lot more fun. And then he says just another third-person shooter, which doesn't make sense because this game brings you something that no other third-person shooter ever brought to you before: a hacking system in combat. That has never happened before, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Boring storyline, don't like the graphic design, wouldn't recommend buying. I mean, I personally don't think that the storyline was boring. For me, I like those kind of storylines where you build a bond with another person throughout the game and that person becomes like somebody meaningful to you. That kind of storyline is what I like in games. The graphics design for me was very nice actually. I love sci-fi. I love sci-fi movies, sci-fi games, whatever sci-fi, bro. I like the visuals a lot in the game. And you personally, maybe you don't like sci-fi and that's why you didn't like the graphics design. With this game, Capcom reinforced their traditional inability to develop action games that can be considered more than mediocre. The child is pathetic. The child is pathetic. Where do you live, buddy? Because I will nuke your hometown right this second. I will nuke your house right this second, alright? Now, what do you mean? What do you mean the child is pathetic? Capcom cannot develop action games is what this guy is saying. Alright, so this guy probably means that Resident Evil 5 and 6 were terrible, so automatically Capcom cannot develop action games, whilst Resident Evil 4 was one of the best, if not the best Resident Evil game throughout the entire franchise. It was my personal favorite game. In Resident Evil 9 as well, the part we played as Leon was also very, very fun. Like, it was the best part of the game for me, which means that Capcom can actually do action games, right? They can indeed develop action games. A ridiculously boring TPS where you're forced to play a dull one-stroke puzzle every time you attack. The game balance is terrible too. First of all, buddy, it's not a puzzle. It's just some mini game. And that's kind of the point of the game. I don't know if you understand this, but that's the point of the game. If you don't know anything about the game, then maybe don't even buy. The game balance is terrible, you said. Look, the game is definitely not challenging, right? I killed every boss in first try. I played on normal difficulty and I just killed every boss in first try, right? The game is easy, but the balance is the same throughout the entire game. You don't struggle against the boss from the start to the end. It's not about the game's balance, it's that the game is not challenging. Playing on casual, reached creator, and I can't beat it. Game was enjoyable till this point. Boss fights always ruin games for me. If I wanted to fight bosses, I would have played a Souls game. super ridiculous boss back to GameStop to trade it in. Let me know if I get this wrong. You just complained about a game because there's a boss in the game, and you called the boss ridiculous because you can't beat it. That's what I call skill issue. That is skill issue. That has nothing to do with the game. I played it on casual. Creator is easy, dude. If you wanted to fight bosses, you would have played a Souls game. Bro, when you think about it, every game has bosses. For example, The Last of Us has the Rat King. On Uncharted 4, there's like the end fight where Nathan fights with Rafe. And then think about Cyberpunk 2077. It has Adam Smasher, and then there's another boss that I don't remember the name of. So you can't complain about a game for having bosses and you can't beat them. That's on you. That's skill issue.